Hidden Springs sounds like a peaceful mountain retreat, but when you look closer, something feels wrong. Too perfect, too polished. It feels like it's concealing something beneath the surface, and today we're digging into what that might be. Hello everyone, and welcome to The Sims Lore. Today we're investigating the quiet mysteries tucked away in the world of Hidden Springs. It's a place where celebrities and the wealthy retreat for healing, solitude, and a second chance. But not everyone comes for the hot springs. Some are drawn by whispers of waters that never age you, Sims with green-tinged skin, and stories no one in town will speak aloud. So go grab your snacks and let me know what you're having in that snack report while I tell you what's in mine. Oh, did you guys hear that? Perfect timing, my September's TokyoTreat and Sakuraco boxes just arrived. If you haven't heard of them, TokyoTreat and Sakuraco are two unique monthly snack boxes that let you experience Japan from the comfort of your own home. TokyoTreat is all about Japan's coolest and craziest modern snacks. We're talking limited edition KitKats, seasonal chips, noodles, and candy you'd never find at your local shop. All shipped straight from Japan to your door. Sakuraco is more traditional, curated artisan treats like mochi, dorayaki, manju, and other regional specialities. Each box comes with a signature Japanese tea and a beautiful homeware item made to support local makers across Japan. Both boxes are celebrating Tsukimi, the Japanese moon viewing festival, with gorgeous themed box designs and snacks to match. Tsukimi happens every year during the harvest moon, and it's all about welcoming autumn and giving thanks while enjoying lunar-inspired foods. Okay, I cannot wait to open these and see what gorgeous snacks are inside. In the Sakuraco box, I tried the gorgeous Tsukimi Mikan cream cookie, and I loved the rich vanilla cream and its crispy wafer. I started to feel a bit thirsty though, so I went ahead and brewed the included Tsukimi Gokukucha tea, which I served in the exclusive gorgeous Tsukimi Yunomi. The tea is such an interesting blend. It's like sesame flavor. It's not savory, but it's very umami. September's TokyoTreat box features moontastic pudding mochi, carrot crunch rice puffs, sweet potato wafer rolls, and of course no autumn snack lineup would be complete without chestnuts. And that's where the Mont Blanc KitKats come in. I loved these. They've got a crunchy texture and this rich chestnut rum flavor that totally surprised me in the best way. And like always, both boxes come with a beautifully designed cultural booklet. It includes snack descriptions, allergy info, and interesting little articles about the traditions and symbols of Tsukimi. So don't wait until the next full moon. Order by the 15th of September and use code SIMSLORE to get money off your first box. It helps support the channel and gives you something delicious to look forward to every month. And if you try it, let me know your weirdest or favorite snack moments. A huge thank you to TokyoTreat and Sakuraco for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, let's get straight into the lore. The name Hidden Springs isn't just poetic, it comes from an old legend that runs deep through the town's roots. Somewhere in the forest, beyond the lodges and hiking paths, there are said to be springs with miraculous powers. The locals whisper about waters that heal wounds, reverse illness, slow aging, and even cheat death. And unlike Strangetown with its blinking science labs or Moonlight Falls where magic is worn openly, Hidden Springs is quite subtle. There's no bubbling fountain to be seen, just suggestion. The springs, if they exist, are nowhere to be found. And yet, everyone in town acts like they're real. I mean, take a look around. The town's oldest residents look unreasonably young. The Vanderburgs, Hidden Springs' aristocrats, haven't aged a day in generations. Sims like Christoph and Genevieve Colby seem frozen in time, not just in their appearance, but in their mannerisms, their names, their wardrobes. It's as if they stepped out of a forgotten century. The game never explains who they are or where they came from. Then there are the green-skinned Sims, quietly scattered through the outskirts. Not aliens or supernaturals, just soft green skinned. Their strange complexion isn't acknowledged. It's never explained. But could it be a side effect? Maybe a long-term consequence of exposure to something unnatural in the waters? Even the town's design plays into the myth. Swiss chalet homes, wellness spas, quiet retreats, everything here feels handcrafted for recovery, reinvention, and I would say forgetting. The Crystal Solarium Rejuvenating Waters is Hidden Springs' most expensive property, and it sits beside a sparkling lake that some players believe is the legendary spring. But again, the game refuses to confirm or deny anything. And that's the power of Hidden Springs. It withholds all of the important information. It gives you just enough to believe, but never enough to be sure. And I don't think it's just like any other world. It's a question. Are the springs real? Or is it all a beautifully constructed fantasy? Either way, no one moves to Hidden Springs for a quiet life. They come chasing something more. At the center of Hidden Springs lies a family with too much power and too many secrets, the Vanderburgs. When you first load the game, they seem like just another rich, overbearing, noble family. But the more you look, the more their story doesn't add up. Descendants from a long line of royals, Katharina Vanderburg is at her wit's end. It's about time her children start considering the future of the Vanderburg name. Too bad the princess has gone missing, and the last thing on the prince's mind is settling down. All we know is that Katharina Vanderburg, the family matriarch, is obsessed with reputation and control. She's described as overbearing, obsessed, and controlling, determined to keep her family in line and preserve their image at all costs. Her husband Reynold couldn't be more different. A charismatic sim with a great sense of humor, but quite hot-headed. His biography hints at trying to keep the peace and intervene between Katharina's overbearingness and his children's independence. Then there's Sebastian. He is the picture-perfect royal son, expected to succeed and settle down. However, his bio hints that he dreams of more than being the little prince. Lonnie Pertridge has her eyes on him, and her daughters lined up like chess pieces. But Sebastian's gaze is elsewhere, out the window, towards the trees, towards wherever Francisca disappeared to. Francisca, often referred to simply as the missing princess, is nowhere to be found in the household. She is, however, still in Hidden Springs. She left behind only rumors and unresolved questions, but the bios are clear. Her disappearance haunts the household. No official story explains her absence, leaving her fate and motivations shrouded in mystery. The Vanderburg estate is less a house and more of a fortress of wealth and reputation. Perched on pristine grounds, it's a massive regal mansion with steeply pitched roofs and ornate balconies. The architecture blends alpine elegance with royal intimidation. A cold, commanding structure meant to be admired from afar. Its grey brick exterior is stark and imposing, softened only slightly by the sculpted hedges and formal gardens that surround it. The front steps rise like a throne platform, leading to grand double doors flanked by classical columns. Rows of tall windows stare blankly over the lake below, giving the eerie impression that the house is always watching. A place that was built not for comfort, but for legacy. And in that sense, it's the perfect reflection of Katharina Vanderburg herself. From the get-go, it is made clear to the player that there is a member of the family missing, Francisca Vanderburg. The heiress, the one with the most to lose, and maybe the most to hide. She's mentioned in the family bio. We're told she's rebellious, defiant, unwilling to play the noble daughter. Katharina sees her as a threat to the family's pristine image. But when you scan the house, she's nowhere to be found. There's no portrait of her in their home. Her bedroom is abandoned, and there's no listed address for her. It's almost as if she's been erased. So where is she? Some players overlook her entirely, assuming she's just an off-screen NPC or a forgotten bit of backstory. Others believe she might be locked away, sent off, or even gone. But rumors swirl, and some say that she's still in town, just hidden, in a house you'd never think to check. Deep in the woods, in a small quiet cottage far from the watchful eyes of her family, Francisca has found refuge. The official story is that she rejected the wealth, the titles, and the arranged future. Her bio speaks of freedom, of dreams, and of living life on her own terms. But what's most interesting to me is, if she's still in town, why hasn't Sebastian found her? He says he's searching, and his bio clearly mentions it. He's distracted, disinterested in the courtship games his mother is orchestrating. His heart isn't in it. It's obviously with his missing sister. So why the distance? Maybe Francisca doesn't want to be found. Maybe she left more than just her title behind, including her deep bond with her brother. Her job, anonymous source handler in the journalism career, suggests that she's still entangled in secrets. She's still navigating truth from behind the scenes. She's not off the grid, but she's choosing not to be seen. But this is The Sims, and that means you, the player, can change everything. You can have Sebastian visit her and you can have them reconnect. Rebuild that trust. He can move in with her, leave the estate behind, and start fresh. Or Francisca can find someone else entirely. Perhaps a romantic interest in another forest dweller. Maybe even a green-skinned outcast. Or maybe just a kind townie who listens to her stories and doesn't care about her name. She can marry and start a family, build a new legacy under the pines. One that's rooted in freedom and not reputation. There's something strange in the woods of Hidden Springs. No ghosts or monsters, but people. Sims who look almost like everyone else, except for one thing. Their skin is green. Scattered across the outskirts of town are a handful of Sims with unnaturally green complexions. And no, they're not a cult. They're not aliens or plant Sims or anything like that. They're just green. And the game offers no explanation. You might spot one living alone in a cabin, another tending a quiet garden far from town. Their families don't intermix with the Vanderburgs or the Chos, and their homes are modest, often nestled deep into the woods, as if they're deliberately avoiding attention. So where do they come from? Some players believe they're connected to the legendary springs, the ones that are said to heal and to grant long life. If those waters exist, maybe these Sims were born near them. Or worse, maybe they were made, mutated over generations and changed by exposure to something the rest of the town still pretends is a myth. Perhaps it's a side effect of the spring's so-called gift, the price you pay for the luxury of eternal youth. And then there's the other possibility. Maybe they're not the ones who changed. Maybe they were always here, the original inhabitants of the valley, before the Vanderburgs arrived, before the spas and before the brochures. Whatever their origin, the town doesn't talk about them. This trailer right here, which I can't find in English, mentions the green-tinged Sims and how their skin is a reference to the mystical magic of the place. This line strongly suggests that the green skin isn't random.
Nicht zuletzt ist ihre blassgrüne Hautfarbe ein Hinweis auf die mystische Magie Hidden Springs.
It's an intentional design choice by the developers, meant to visually represent the town's mythical, life-extending properties. The rest, though, isn't explained. It's just fun to speculate about. Tucked away at the edge of town, just past the trees and far from the polished lodges and luxury spas, lies Shady Pine Historical Cemetery. At first glance, it's modest. Small, muddy, and overgrown. 2 statues of the Grim Reaper stand silently on either side of the entrance. Behind the mausoleum, a still, murky pond sits untouched. The cemetery is home to several graves, many of them belonging to Sims who don't appear in town, whose lives are never mentioned. No family, no stories, just names etched in stone. 3 out of 4 Sims buried here died in a fire. I mean, what are the odds of that? In a town supposedly known for healing waters and eternal youth, why are so many Sims burning to death? Could these forest dwellers be connected somehow? Most of the ghosts don't appear unless you go looking for them, but even when they don't show up in game, their presence is felt. You get the sense that something tragic happened here, multiple times. That these are the Sims who didn't find peace in Hidden Springs' healing waters. Or maybe they got too close to them. Well, actually, they definitely didn't, because otherwise they wouldn't have burned to death. Okay, and then there are the Romeros. Daisy and Daniel, a couple whose graves sit side by side, untouched by flowers. Their names are easy to miss, unless you're paying attention to the children living under different names, in different homes, but with matching eyes and matching talents. I have a video on them right here if you're interested. In a town built on eternal youth, Shady Pine is the only place that remembers how stories end. Most of Hidden Springs is polished and curated, a picture-perfect wellness retreat for the rich and restless. But not everyone lives in luxury. If you follow the winding roads that lead away from the spas and the lodges, you'll find something else entirely. Small, scattered cabins nestled deep in the forest. Sims who live off the beaten path. These are the Outcasts, and in Hidden Springs they feel almost like a different species. Some are the green-skinned Sims from the previous chapter I mentioned. Their presence is never explained. Others just live unusually isolated lives. No family or close friends or job in town. They keep to themselves, tending gardens, reading old books, or standing on porches staring into the trees. Their bios are vague, and their homes are humble but well kept. It's almost as if they've been pushed out. Or maybe they left by choice. Maybe they know something the rest of the town doesn't. In a world where everyone is chasing eternal youth, spa treatments, and prestige, the forest dwellers have chosen stillness, distance, and maybe even truth. Are they immune to the promises of the springs? Or are they protecting something? And yeah, like I said, maybe they are outcasts. Or maybe they're on the run from something. Former lives, broken relationships, mistakes that couldn't be undone. And like we know, Hidden Springs promises a fresh start. But these Sims don't live in the town center. They live on the edges in silence. Crystal waters, crisp mountain air, and ageless faces are some of the things Hidden Springs offers. But the more you look, the more that promise begins to rot at the edges. The town is obsessed with youth, beauty, and escape. And if the legend is to be believed, the springs here can grant it. Locals whisper of water that slows aging, heals the sick, maybe even prevents death itself. But if that were true, wouldn't there be a cost? Because underneath the wellness fantasy, there's a pattern. The cemetery with the Sims who died young, all of them pretty much in fires. A strange number of residents live in isolation, far from town, disconnected, and watched from afar. Sims like Francisca Vanderburg vanish into the woods. Others, like the green-skinned forest dwellers, show signs of something unnatural. The richest family in town seems terrified of change. And that raises a question. Is Hidden Springs a sanctuary or a trap? Maybe the springs really do prolong life, but not without consequences. Some Sims thrive in Hidden Springs, and others burn out. Literally. And all the while, the town stays the same. Almost too perfect. So I ask again, is Hidden Springs blessed or cursed? That depends on who you ask. When most players think of iconic Sims worlds, they picture Sunset Valley's charm, Pleasant View's drama, or the supernatural chaos of Moonlight Falls. But Hidden Springs rarely makes the list. And maybe that's intentional. It's because Hidden Springs doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't throw ghosts in your face or fill its town square with cultists and vampires. It hides things in plain sight. It gives you a noble family with 2 perfect smiles, and a daughter who's vanished into the woods. It gives you mystical springs said to grant eternal youth, but they're nowhere to be seen, unless you purchase them and place them yourself. It gives you Sims with green skin and no explanation, graves marked by fire, Sims living in the forest with no jobs, no friends, and no past. And somehow the town just keeps functioning. Hidden Springs is a world that trusts the player to notice. It doesn't tell you what to think. It drops hints. Strange traits, blank family trees, unreachable cabins in the woods. And then it steps back. It's easy to miss if you're just here for the scenery. But for the players who love to dig, to speculate, to follow a loose thread until it unravels into something uncanny, Hidden Springs is rich with possibilities. Where other worlds give you soap operas, Hidden Springs gives you atmosphere. A town that might be magic, or might be hiding something much darker. Alright guys, there you have it, everything there is to know about the mysteries of Hidden Springs. Let me know how and who you play with in the comments below. I would also like to thank my patrons, Negative Dana, Jelena Lini, Treats for Chewy, and KJ Springs. Thank you all so much for supporting my channel. That's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and let me know your theories in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more lore and updates. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!